With the transmission of follow the ache, we have the supporting energies of true freedom. And Spirit is going to explain what true freedom is from that perspective. And as well, kind of tune us into the divine longings, which are drawing us into the sacred art of co creation with Spirit. What is the point of these longings? What is the point of the desires that we are having? Well, it's simply to draw us closer into the sacred art of co creation with Spirit, and to lead us into this untapped possibility and this deep well of creativity. And so the very first energy to focus on here is that of true freedom. And Spirit said, this is doing what is right for our lives, no matter what anyone else thinks, where we are embodying a love for our soul that defies social customs and expectations. And this is really hard on the ego, to really put ourselves into any situation or relationship that is defying the tribe or is defying the social custom and expectation. And yet we're encouraged that we are the ones here to embody this love for soul that defies these social customs and that moves beyond these limited expectations. That this is a spiritual path focused on the cultivation of a personal and intimate relationship with the divine, the unswaying tree during the times of chaos and conflict, where we are with steadfast faith and goodwill. Direct access to the divine. We need no conduit between us. And this was really important, that Spirit want us to know that there needs to be no one between ourselves and God. We have direct access to the divine. And we can move through any suffering, knowing that all suffering is with purpose, which leads to our ultimate freedom. And in fact, we always have the choice of whether or not to even view it as suffering. We have the opportunity to actually drop in and view it as an initiation, or perhaps an underworld lesson that is bringing us forward into the depth and the greater self and the more embodied self of who we actually came here to be. The lyrics, so we'll call it all believing in the art. There's evidence and remnants of a spark, a strong belief there'll be a better part when the hoping ends. All these memories get written in the scars. Now every dream is left among the stars. Force that dreaded raven to depart when the snow begins. And this feeling from Spirit that, just like the title of the song suggests, that we have outgrown this art of doing it on our own, this art of believing that we are a personality self with a title, with a job, with a role, when in fact we are evidence and remnants of a spark. And Spirit also is reminding us within these lyrics that there is a better part, that we are moving into the grace of our sovereignty, but it's not going to come from hoping. It will be written in our scars, and it will be in the dreams we left among the stars. So it's in the humanity, it's in the whole human spectrum of what we came here to create and to experience. And so this last lyric of force that dreaded raven to depart when the snow begins felt like it was multi-layered in code. In fact, Spirit guided me to spiritanimals.org and just to what they spoke about here of the raven. And it was that ravens symbolically represent the ability to recognize different vibrations due to their sensitivity, that they can assess their surroundings and leave toxic environments accordingly. So we are these ravens, these beings that have attuned our sensitivity to assess our surroundings at a much deeper level. And it also is allowing us to be right place, right time, and to allow us to leave toxic environments before they even become toxic to begin with. This is what Spirit refers to as mystical intelligence, where we begin cutting ties with any unwanted experiences or any weaves that we want to say upweave or reweave, as we want to use Spirit's language, if we want to use Spirit's language, I should say. And so this is flexibility. This is the ability to deliver the right words in the right context. And we talked about that in previous weeks, that we were being asked to be the light, to be, the divine walking, and to know that when we are attuned to our own soul and to Spirit, that we are always delivering the right words in the right context, because our personality self has stepped out of the way. Our personhood has taken that step back and is allowing the divine to move through us, which allows us to actually shift the larger weave. And I believe that's what they mean when they say, be the soul of the place that you are going. When we are aligned, we are the soul. We have the ability to shift the larger weave, and it does not come from that limited human perspective. It comes from that co-creative relationship. And spirit acknowledges that we're also healing our traumatic experiences, that we're no longer making our choices based on external expectations or how we perceive others will think or feel about our actions. So, this theme coming back around, our choices are not based on what society wants or what our parents want for us or what our spouse wants or how we perceive others will think or feel about what we do. Spirit says ultimately only we can know what is right for us and what needs to be done or said. This is discernment. This is discernment to stand up for what we know is right, even when we experience judgment for it. That this fear of persecution convinces us not to be true to who we really are. And yet we can tune into a love far greater than these human constructs or these cultural values and societal expectations. Love is now setting us free from any expectations that bind us. It finds us in whatever form we need and asks us to remain loyal to our soul no matter what. Any outside force or person who asks us to betray our most intimate relationship with the divine is not acting out of love. We must bravely defy expectations in order to be true to ourselves. And then the lyrics, you battle my demons, you're still undefeated. And the song is titled September. And I thought it was really interesting because we had lyrics in August from Dear August. And now in September, we have a song titled September. And this feeling of, you know, spirit, God, source, whatever you want to call the all that is battling our demons for us and is still undefeated, has never been defeated. And so we can trust that as we are willing to confront these shadow aspects or these other aspects of self that maybe we have hidden or denied or avoided, that we will be undefeated when we are co-creating with spirit. And we're once again encouraged to pay attention to any physical and emotional aches in our body, mind, or emotional fields. Rather than ignoring these signals, we must observe them as messengers. We ask the aches and pains in our body what message they have for us. And this is really helpful and beneficial to do in writing and often brings forth profound things that our mind could never have come up with, just kind of sitting and pondering. We're also encouraged to no longer dismiss the yearnings and deepest desires of our hearts and trust that if we feel something this strongly, that the divine has implanted this seed of light within us. We trust in divine timing, knowing that with every step, we are moving closer to the experiences, the situations, opportunities, relationships, and resources that we need. This is a moment to tune into any physical body aches and soul yearnings. Are we ready to embrace their messages, to fully receive them, and to act upon them?